Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I am Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am here to share with you a full face makeup tutorial using all new products. Some of them are brand new to the store, like fairly new products to the market. Some of them are just new to me. Several of these items are products that I have recently received in BoxyCharm and just really want to put to use and show you guys, demos and tutorials with on camera. Other products are items that I've received as PR that I have not yet tried, so it'll be like first impressions with you here on a video, trying them out for the first time, just wanting to really kind of put into use some of the items that I have received recently and kind of give you my thoughts. I wanted to make this video quick. My last full face first impressions video was almost an hour long. I'm really hoping that this video isn't as long. I try to keep it brief. I'm not going into too much depth of like first impressions reviews here, just more trying to keep it more tutorial, but there are a few items that I do have a few more words and things to say about. So parts of it will be longer than others, but I am doing this full face tutorial and using all new products with the exception of my brows. I have one brow product that is new, but I did use my standard It Cosmetics Brow Power Powder to fill in my brows. But other than that, everything else on my face is new. And yeah, so I don't want to make this intro too long. I have things already that we gotta say as we go into the tutorial, so let's go ahead and just get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my eyes, and I'm gonna be using the ColourPop You Had Me at Hello palette that I got in my BoxyCharm this month. This is the infamous Drama palette that's supposed to be the Luminoso or something palette with Kathleen. For anyone that may be curious and may ask, yes, this is a sticker. Yes, you can tell there's something underneath it. The back is also a sticker. I'm not going to peel mine off because I want mine to stay looking pretty, and I don't really care about the drama of it. But for anybody curious, yes. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. I have played around with this palette just once a couple days ago when I got home from New York from Ebates. I don't think I'm going to recreate the same look, but I don't know, I might, I'm not sure. Also, the names are on the back of the palette, but I don't know if it's like where you look at it and this one is the same as like this one here, or if it's this one here. I don't know. I never understand why palettes, like brands, do this with palettes. I don't know. I'm gonna assume that they are like opposite. Like, so this one on this side would mean it's not this one here, would mean it's this one. That's gonna be my guess, so that's what I'm gonna say. But I also have like a photo of this on the screen, and I'll like point to the shade I use just so there's no confusion, because to me that's confusing. And we're gonna just go ahead and go into it. I'm gonna take a Smith 232 brush. I feel so fancy saying that. I got this brush at Ebates. I'm so excited about it. Anyways, into the shade 2 Peas, which is a kind of matte, warm, light brown shade. I'm gonna take that into my crease. I am smoking the shade up a little bit high, kind of somewhat close to my brow bone, but not too close. Next, I'm going to take the Smith brush 230 into the shade Winning Ticket. I'm going to take that into my crease as well, kind of just below where I smoked out that first shade 2 Peas. Ugh, and I hate to say it, but I love this brush. Definitely decided to splurge on brushes this year at Ebates, and I'm really glad that I did. If you haven't yet seen, I do have an Ebates haul up on my channel. I will link it for you guys if you'd like to check out to see everything that I got at Ebates. Okay, and as well as on my kind of lower crease, I am also packing a bit of color on the inner and outer corners of my eyelid as well, because I think I'm going to be going for a halo eye today. Whew, and these shadows so far in my experience are really pigmented. I am really loving them. Okay, now going back in with that first Smith brush that I used with no additional product, I'm just going to go ahead and blend and infuse those colors in together and kind of smoke them out just a little bit. Okay, now I want to deepen this up just a little bit, so I'm just going to take a touch of the shade Sparks Fly, which is this darker, rich, matte brown shade, and I'm going to use it on that second Smith brush. I use the 230 just to kind of place it very gently as I can to the inner and outer corners of my eyes. Alright, and then again, going back into the second Smith brush, I use the 232 and just a touch more of the shade 2Ps. I'm going to blend a little bit more. Today I'm all about the blending. Alright, I'm going to let those two Smith brushes rest a minute. I'm going to go into the Beauty Junkies Pro Flat Definer brush with the shade Sparks Fly, that dark brown shade. I'm going to take that close to my lower lash line. Alright, now with the Smith 230 brush, the kind of smaller one, I'm going to go back into the shade Winning Ticket and just smoke out that lower lash line. Now with a flat packing brush, I'm going to go into the shade Candy Graham. It's so pretty. I'm going to apply that to the center of my lid. I'm going to try it just applying it first. I might need to spray it. I'm not quite sure. But we're going to try it alone first and go from there. Okay, I definitely feel like it would pack a better punch if it got sprayed with some setting spray. I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Lock It Up All Day Setting Mist, which is new to me, which is why it's in this video. This will be the first time I'm using it. I'm all alone in a ghost town. There's a beautiful madness inside my soul, and I can't stop thinking of you. Walking on the lonely avenue. Are you? Are you? Are you? My love so wild. Please give me a sign. Alright, and now just to get a seamless blend, I'm going to go back in with the Smith 230 brush and then a touch of Winning Ticket as well as a touch of Sparks Fly just to kind of blend those inner and outer corners. Okay, now with the Sedona Lace EV09 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Moonstruck and apply that to my brow bone. This actually goes on pretty pigmented, so I'm going to try not to do it too heavy. Okay, next I want a little touch of some sparkle, and because these are still very new and just releasing, I wanted to include it. This is the new liquid glitter from NBA Cosmetics called Bling It On. I'm going to be using the shade Bubbly, which is a gorgeous kind of rosy gold shade, and I'm going to show an up-close clip of it kind of dripping out. You definitely don't need that much. I just like the fun drippy effect of it, and basically you can just squeeze a little bit, and what I'm going to do is squeeze just a little bit on my fingers and then pat it on the center of my lid to apply, because I really don't want much. I just kind of want a sparse sprinkling of glitter. But what's great about these is you can apply them any way with a brush to really pack it on. You could use a liner brush if you want to create a glitter liner look, or you can use your finger and just tap it on where you want it. Okay, next up I'm going to be using this stamp liner that I purchased from Lottie London. I hauled this in a recent video, but what's really neat is they're little stamps. So there's a heart stamp on one side and then there's a liquid felt tip liner on the other side. I'm going to use both. Today I'm going to do a wing liner first, and then after I get on the rest of my face I'll probably use a few of the heart stamps, or maybe one or something somewhere on my face, because I think it's just such a cute idea. Okay, and the way I like to do my wing liner is I don't go all the way into my inner corner of my lid. I usually start from the center of my lid and kind of go from there, because I feel like that opens up my eyes a little bit better than going all the way in. I feel like really kind of closes my eyes a little bit. And I actually like this liner quite a bit. I usually struggle with the wing liner, but I've used this a couple of times and so far I'm really liking it. I feel like I can get a good wing with it. Have good control, and so I don't know, I'm liking it so far. Alright, so here's what we got going on the eyes so far, but I'm going to stop at the eyes for now and we're going to move on to my face. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit, and I'm going to go in first with this No Problem primer by Touch and Soul. This is another product that I purchased at IMATS. I feel like I had remember hearing really great things about this and wanting to try it, but I don't know. I can't quite remember anything else about it, but when I saw it, I was like, what? I remember hearing about this product and I felt like it was good. Excuse me, my voice is getting kind of blah because I'm starting to get sick, but anyways, I felt like I remembered hearing really great things about this, and so I was like, oh, and so they had one open that you can kind of test and feel, and I put it on the back of my hand and it felt amazing. It felt so smooth and so amazing that I was like, okay, I'm getting this, because like I said, I remembered thinking, I felt like I remembered hearing really amazing things about this primer, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. So I did, and I've already used it once before and I already feel like I love it. I don't want to give a full review or thoughts on it because I don't know, because I feel like I haven't used it enough to say such great things about it, but so far I'm loving it. I love the way it feels on my skin. I love how smooth it makes my skin look as well. I love how I felt like it made my makeup last longer as well. Like, I love when a good primer actually makes your makeup last longer. And so I felt like this one did it. It worked really well with the foundation I used, which I'm going to be using also in this video. And I'll talk more about that when I get into the foundation. But I'm just going to go ahead and put this on first and then let it set a little bit before I move into foundation. Okay, so while I'm letting that primer set in, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the foundation I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Longwear Foundation. This is high definition finish, medium coverage, with broad spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen. I do have two shades that I've kind of been using both at the same time. I feel like I kind of get away with either or, but I feel like it's a better match when I use both of them, because one's just a little bit too dark and one's just a little bit too light, I think. So I do have the shades 203 True Beige and then 200 Soft Beige. And I've had these for a little over a month now. I have used them several times actually, and I was wanting to do a review on this foundation because I've been trying to do more foundation reviews and trying more foundations, and I feel like I don't know what it is about this foundation, but I just can't quite decide what I think about it. It's nothing that's like, I don't think it's a bad foundation, but it's nothing that I think is like really great either. But when I think about what to review it, I'm just like, I don't even really know what to say. I think the 25-hour claim is a bit much. I wouldn't say it's 25-hour wear. When I wore it on its own, I really didn't feel like I think maybe at max 13 hours, which is pretty good. But then again, by the time I checked it at the 13th hour, my face, my foundation didn't look that great, to be honest. So I wish I had looked at myself in the mirror prior to that earlier on, a few more hours before that, to see what it looked like. But by 13 hours, I was like, ugh, my face was a mess. Granted, at this point in time, it was when I was traveling. It was when I was doing my cross-country trip with my husband. And really all I was doing was sitting in a car, riding along for several hours. I did sleep and I did kind of touch my face. I had put this on, I think about, what time was it in the morning? It was really, really early in the morning, probably like 3 or something in the morning. I don't know. So it was really early when I put it on, kind of ridiculously early, and then I checked it about, I don't know, 5 at night or something. So maybe it was 4 in the morning. I checked it at 5:30 or something like that, so that would make it like about 13 hours or so, right? Anyways, so I thought, you know, I'm gonna keep trying this, see what I think, do a more accurate where I can like really look in the mirror every couple hours, see what I think of it. And I still just can't like get myself to do a full review on it. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna include it in here because it's a new product that I haven't used on my channel yet. Kind of give you my little bit of thoughts here and there on it, and then if you guys want me to do a full separate review where I do check-ins and things like that, then I will, but you guys let me know. But basically, I don't hate it, I don't love it. I will say that I mentioned when I put on the primer that I actually use this foundation when I put on this primer, and I loved the way it looks. So I feel like it's more so the primer than this foundation, so I'll have to try that primer with other foundations. But I wasn't in love with the way my foundation looked using this foundation until I used that primer, and then I was like, wow, this looks really good. But again, I think that's really due to the primer. The other thing about this is that this is a large doe foot applicator to apply, and I actually think that's really brilliant. I feel like it's a really smart and convenient way to have a foundation. I think it's nice for traveling, and I don't know, I like the doe foot application. It feels nice on the skin as well. I know there were a lot of people in several reviews saying like, oh, I don't like the doe foot applicator. I think that's really unsanitary to put something on your face and then put it back in the thing. But I'm just like, I mean, can I be the one person that says that's ridiculous? We do that with concealer. We do that with lip balms and lip glosses and things like that. And it's like, what is more disgusting or unsanitary? I mean, when you put something on your face, when you're doing your makeup, usually you have a clean face. I know I do. But when you're doing lip balms or lip glosses, I almost feel like that, if anything, would be more unsanitary. You're putting it on your lips. I don't know. But yet we still do that and then put it back in the tube and we have no problem with it. But when someone comes out with a foundation with the same kind of applicator, we're suddenly disgusted. And I just think it's so silly. So I'm not bothered by that. I don't find it unsanitary. The only way this would be unsanitary is if a makeup artist used it and then used the same applicator on several different clients, because there's really no way for you to clean this, you know. It's really more for personal use, but that's the only way I could see it being unsanitary. So yeah, anyways, that's enough of my kind of like review slash somewhat rant. I don't know about this foundation. I wanted to keep this video short, but I did want to make sure to kind of include a review of this foundation. We'll be applying it with a brush. I think I have tried this with a sponge, but lately I've just been really, I'm gonna be honest, really lazy, too lazy to be using a sponge lately. So lately I've been just applying my foundation with brushes a lot more often, and mine is dirty because I haven't washed it. Oh, let's talk about unsanitary again for a second. Those complain or say that something's unsanitary. How often do you wash your brushes? Do you wash them every single day? Because clearly I don't. You probably should, or at least once a week, but in reality, I probably wash my brushes maybe twice a month. That's terrible. Sometimes I'll kind of spot treat them or whatever, but you know, I put my makeup on with this yesterday and I didn't wash it. I mean, that's unsanitary. How many other people do that as well? So I don't know, I just, sorry, back to my rant about this being unsanitary. I think it's so funny. Anyways, I've been too lazy to really use a sponge lately, so I haven't been using a lot of sponges. I've just been using a brush. So this is the It Cosmetics number 704 brush. I've really been liking it to put this foundation on. I will also say that I do find this foundation to be very, like it says, breathable. It's a very light foundation, like a lightweight foundation that does have decent coverage, but I love how lightweight and breathable it feels. So I do like that about it. It is a nice foundation. It's just, like I said, again, I can't really quite put a finger on my true thoughts of this foundation just yet. But these are just the gist of my thoughts right now. So as you can see, the coverage is really nice on this foundation. I do like it. It's not a foundation. It's not like I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. I still don't really know my full thoughts on it. So anyways, let's move on. I'm going to be using another new product to me. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer. I believe this is the shade Light Medium. It really bothers me because I'm looking all over the package and I cannot find the shade name on it. The only reason I know it is because in the PR package that I received, it had it labeled within the little section that it was in, and it said light medium. But as far as on the packaging, it does not say, which is kind of annoying. And I feel like, I hope that if you buy this normally like in the store, that the shade name would be on it. So I mean, because what if you get it, you throw away the packaging and then you don't remember what shade you are, and you can't like look to double check. I mean, granted, there's only I think like 6 shades, but still, it should be on the packaging here. Anyways, this is a brush pen-like applicator, and I have not tried it at all yet, so this will be a really first impressions with this concealer. Hopefully it's good. And I'm going to be blending it in with my Makeup Bullet finger sponge because, again, I've been too lazy to use a regular sponge. This one you can get wet, but you also don't have to get wet, and it blends in concealer and products really well. Okay, so it's going on really well. It's blending, melding really well in with this foundation. It's not disrupting it at all. It's a really lightweight feeling concealer, but yeah, it seems like it's covering really well. So first impressions of the concealer is pretty good. No bad thoughts. Nothing super impressive just yet, but yeah, first impressions are decent. Okay, so the good thing about this concealer and even this foundation, which I think this is more due to the primer, not the foundation, because I felt like when I've used this foundation before, I did feel the need to set it. But with this primer, this feels really set. Like I almost feel like I don't need to set my face with powder, which is a nice thing. But I'm going to anyways just because. But even the concealer, it's very lightweight. Like I'm looking close at it here and I'm not seeing, it doesn't look like it needs to be set like literally at all. It's just it's a very thin, not cakey at all. So I usually go in pretty heavy with powders, especially to set and things like that. So I don't feel the need to do that, but I'm still going to go ahead and set my makeup just because I have a new powder to use. And this is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. I'm using the shade Classic Ivory, and I'm just going to take this with a duo fiber brush to lightly go over my entire face, just kind of lightly set my face. I love using a duo fiber brush when I really just want like a light application or just to lightly blend powders around the rest of my face. Okay, and this powder is setting very nicely. It's a very lightweight powder. It's going on very nicely, not cakey whatsoever, and it's setting my face just exactly how I need it to. Nothing crazy, nothing overpowering, but just giving the light setting that I'm really wanting. So this is actually working out really well, and I'm really surprised. I'm really liking these. So all these face products I've used so far are drugstore, and so I would say these are really good. Like with a good primer, I'd say. I can't speak for the powder or the concealer yet because it's my first time, literally first time trying it. But the foundation I feel like worked best with the good primer. But so far, like I'm loving the way my skin looks. I don't even feel like I'm wearing makeup in it. I feel like my skin looks really good. Clearly it's not perfected. I do have some little bit of kind of blemishes or scars on my face still showing through a little bit, but just like my skin looks really good. I'm very impressed and happy with the way this all looks so far. Alright, next up I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores bronzer, which I do believe is also brand new, just in general, not just to me. I did receive this in PR, and I'm really excited to try it because I love, you guys know this if you are familiar with me and my videos, I love IT Cosmetics bronzers. They are some of my favorites. This one is a shimmery bronzer, so I'm kind of not sure how I will feel about it. This will be my very first time using it, but it's supposed to be a poreless finish airbrush bronzer. I am going to go ahead and go in with it to bronze my face, kind of like a contour bronze as I usually do. We'll see how that looks. This might be a little bit too orange to get away with that, but we shall see. Ooh, I don't know if it's my imagination, but it kind of has like a coconutty, like, maybe that's my imagination. When I was putting on my cheek, I smelled almost like a tropical coconutty fragrance to it. It's going on very smoothly, very nice. I like it so far. Okay, I actually really like this. I wasn't sure if I would because it is a shimmery kind of bronzer, but it's not like so shimmery that like it's leaving like shimmer or sparkle or anything on my skin that's noticeable like some other really sparkly bronzers. It's really more just giving it like a luminosity that is just so pretty and very natural looking in my opinion. And remember, I do use a lot of bronzers for contours, and I don't mind the look of that kind of slightly oranger shade, but I think it looks really good on my skin tone, and I really like this a lot. Okay, next up I'm going to be using the Pretty Vulgar blush that I received in BoxyCharm I think 2 months ago, and I got the shade 18 Hush Blush, and I think this shade is absolutely stunning. It's just gorgeous. It's a matte blush, and normally I go for kind of shimmery blushes, but this one is just so pretty. I've used it once before, but I haven't used it on camera, so I thought I'd pull it out and use it. And I know a lot of people like to see me using products that we've received in BoxyCharm and stuff like that, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to include it in this video of new makeup products. Okay, and now before I move on to highlight, I am going to set my face using the CoverGirl Look Lock Up setting spray. I use this on my eyes, as you already saw, but I'm gonna use it all over the rest of my face now. Okay, the mist is interesting. Not my favorite mister. And you guys, look what I bought myself. I can't remember which video I talked about it, but I mentioned needing to get a fan for myself because I was super ghetto and it was using like paper. So now I'm super fancy and can fan myself. This works a lot better too. Alright, and now for highlight, I'm going to be using the Bitter Lace Beauty highlight in the shade Buried Treasure. This actually isn't one that's new to me, but I had gotten a lot from Bitter Lace Beauty and I haven't really used them that much, so I really wanted to kind of bring this back, use it again because it's such a gorgeous highlighter. All the Bitter Lace Beauty highlighters are stunning, and so I just needed to show it some love. Alright, and that pretty much wraps up for the face. We're going to hit back to the eyes, and I'm going to be just doing mascara today. I am kind of so tired of lashes. I wore lashes all weekend and my eyelashes just need a break. So I'm just going to be using mascara. This is a mascara that I received in a recent BoxyCharm box, and it is the Butter London Double Decker Lashes Mascara. I tried it for the first time just 2 days ago. I actually really liked it, so I thought I would include it here since it is very new to me. The wand is actually very thick, so you got to be careful on your lower lashes, but on your upper lashes, this formula is just like bam. It's so pretty. I really like this mascara. It does take a little bit to work with, so you don't get clumpy lashes, but I think the results are beautiful. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but I can't say for sure because it's been a long time since I've used that mascara, but I'm kind of getting BTS vibes from it. Alright, next up we're going to finish off the brows. I'm going to be using the Brow Gal tinted brow gel. I got the shade Brown Hair 02. This does have microfibers in it, and I received this in my BoxyCharm box this month. I really love the Brow Gal products, and their clear brow gel is amazing, so I was actually really excited to get this. And the wand is very thin and nice. It's really easy to use. The tint doesn't give too much tint, so even though this looks a little bit lighter than I feel like my brows are, it doesn't ruin the color, if that makes sense. And I think it makes my brows look really nice. I actually really think this would be a really great brow product to wear on the days where I don't really feel like filling in my brows, but still want a little hint of color and just a little bit of volume to it, because this does have the fibers in it. So I think it'll give like a little bit of volume and just a touch of color to make it look, my brows look a little bit better than just my natural brows on the days that I want to go pretty minimal makeup and kind of just easy, quick and go kind of look. Alright, and I know this video has probably been super long for a tutorial, but I am not quite finished yet. I do want to go back in with this Lottie London stamp liner and do a little heart stamp, maybe like right here on my cheek, just to see how it looks, test it out and all that stuff. I'll also have to do a lip color, and then we will wrap up this video, but let's test this out. I really liked, as you saw, the liner side, but we're going to do the stamp side, and hopefully I'll like cross my fingers, say a little prayer that this doesn't mess up, since I already have the rest of my face on and I do have another video to film. So let's just see how this goes. I think I'm just gonna place it like right here. I think that'd be kind of cute. So I got the heart stamp on, and we're gonna do this. How do I like this? Oh, I like it. Looked really cute. There's a tiny little spot right here where some of the stamp didn't go, so I'm just going to take the other side and just fill it in just a little bit. And now it's perfect. That is super cute. I love this. Really cute. Cute. Anyways, I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see a close-up of this eye look. And then we will move on to my lips and we will be done with this tutorial and video. Alright, and so to wrap up this look, I am going to be going in with a Katy Kat gloss from CoverGirl. This is one of their lip glosses in collaboration with Katy Perry. I got the shade, or I'm going to be wearing the shade Cantaloupe. Get it? Cantaloupe, Cantaloupe, kitty cat. Yeah, funny. Alright, so this is a really beautiful kind of a nudie gloss shade with some kind of goldy shimmer in it. It looks really, really pretty, and it's supposed to be like a high pigment gloss, so we shall see. Let's do this. Okay, it's a thick gloss, like really thick. I'm not sure how I like it with this look. It's looking more like a lip topper kind of. I'm really getting more of that shimmer than the nudie color. I feel like it's kind of washing me out just a little bit. So I kind of think I need to put like a lip liner down first. I really don't want to get that deep into it. So I might just leave this. But I feel like it's making my lips look weird, so let's scratch that. Get it? Scratch this. Let me put on a lip liner, like a colored lip liner, and then I will go in with this on top of it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go in first with the Makeup Forever lip pencil in the shade In 21. It's a really pretty kind of, I don't know, mauve pink color. I'm going to line my lips with that, kind of fill it in a little bit, and then go on top with that Catty Cut gloss. Oh my god, I'm becoming delirious. Calm yourself, Maria. Okay, I still don't really think this color goes really well with this entire look, but you know what? I'm so done. I'm done. I just want to be finished with this look. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I will say that I don't know how I really feel about this gloss. I'm not loving it. It's so thick. It's like trying to be a gloss and a lipstick at the same time, but it's not really pulling off either. I don't know. I might have to try some of the other shades and see what I think, but first impressions of this gloss, I'm not loving it. But the packaging is freaking adorable, so I do love that, but not quite a fan of that gloss at the moment. And I usually love glosses, so I'm kind of picky about glosses, kind of know how I feel about glosses, not loving that one. But anyways, that wraps it up for this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and this, you know, kind of trying new products and doing a tutorial while also including a few little thoughts and tips and things like that in there in the mix of this. And I really hope you liked this look. I like the way it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good aside from the lip color. The lip color is pretty, just not, I guess, as a whole with this look. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm feeling a little defeated about it, but it's all good. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this look. Let me know if you tried any of these products. I'd love to know your thoughts, or if you want a more in-depth thoughts or review or a separate video on any of these products, please let me know. I'd love to do that for you guys. And I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes.